Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. I'm a business, LinkedIn, and podcast coach, as well as a luxury brand consultant, and I help business owners take their brands to the next level by implementing my personal techniques when it comes to growing their service, sales, and social media. Over the past 20 years, I've helped grow multiple brands in the beauty, hospitality, health, and luxury travel markets. I've exceeded all of their expectations, and I'm here to share my tips and tricks on how I did it. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. And trust me, living with an autoimmune disease is never an easy task. So you can definitely expect some pretty crazy stories shared here as well. Don't forget, the after show happens after each episode in the Happy Workaholic Podcast Facebook group, and that's where I'll be every week to answer all of your questions. Now, if you want to hear any of my exclusive news first, just visit thehappyworkaholic.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and sign up for my weekly VIP newsletter. Now, let's get started with today's show. Hey everyone, welcome back to today's show. This is episode number 87, and today I'm giving you a recap on my crazy week and a couple of things that I've decided to invest in, as well as what I am mentally preparing myself for. So it's going to be a little bit of everything today. So I just want to start off by saying that we always read in all these personal development books and other podcasts we're listening to that you really need to invest in yourself. And that should be with food, with working out, with spending time with your family, with meditating, self-care, so many different ways, right? So I finally decided to hire a life coach, and I went through a 5-day self-love challenge with Amy Young coaching. And it was really great. And I decided now is the time. And the time for me, why I've decided that the time is, oh my God, can I not talk today? The reason why I've decided that the time is now for me is because I have to mentally prepare myself for my next chemo treatment. And if you've been listening to this show, over the last couple of episodes, in June, my treatment was supposed to be, it's every 6 months. And I decided to push it. 1, because I moved states. 2, because I'm trying to find a specialist and an expert with my autoimmune disease, which I did, and my insurance covers. Thank God. That is like a huge score. And I felt really good. And over the last couple of weeks, I haven't felt good. And I had a little relapse last weekend, and I've been on a lot of strong medication since then, and it really just hit me like my life can literally change within seconds, and it's really scary shit. And so I decided that I definitely need to move forward with this chemo, and I really need to mentally prepare myself. It's literally like a mind FU fill in the blank K, and it's really hard. Half of me is petrified that something is going to go wrong like it has before, and I need to be hooked up to an oxygen breathing tank, and my body is just not accepting the drug, and something might happen when I'm there, and I might not be able to come out the same or at all, which is so depressing and sad. But I'm being open and honest with you guys. This is just like what I think about every day. And the other half of me is excited to get the treatment so that I don't have a relapse again, because the chemo is the only thing that I have as a drug of choice that will prevent a major relapse, which is becoming blind and paralyzed. And I do not feel like going through that, let's just say. It's really, really scary. And I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and she apologized, and she was saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I sometimes forget. And I'm like, you forget? I forget, because I'm just trying to live my best damn life every day and, get like the most amazing clients to be by my side every day, and I get to work with so many amazing people every single day, and I'm so lucky I get to. But on the other hand, sometimes I have really bad days where I'm extremely depressed, my anxiety is through the roof, and I cannot get out of bed. I can't even get up to brush my teeth. It's just so bad, and it goes in waves. And I've been experiencing a lot of this lately, and I just want to be really honest with what goes on, kind of behind the scenes. I do it with my business, so why not do it with my health, right? That's the whole reason why I started this podcast in the first place, to talk about everything that goes on in my life. And this is just one of the major things that's happening right now. So the whole reason why I decided to hire a life coach is because I feel like the time is now. I really need to get my stuff together, mentally prepare myself for my next chemo, and know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be in the hands of all brand new doctors, which is kind of scary, but that's also a full-time job, is setting up brand new doctors, sending all my medical records to like 12 different doctors. I mean, it's literally a full-time job that I get to enjoy for free. But, saving my own life has become a job, and it's not one that I plan on quitting anytime soon. And I know that one day there will be a cure, and I know that I have this disease for a reason, and it's, to use my voice and so that I can speak up and help others that are afraid, that are going through depression and anxiety and have an autoimmune disease. They know they have one, but, their doctors can't figure out which one it is, or they're on the wrong meds. Like, you have to speak up. You have to fight for yourself. It's the only way you're going to get through it. You have to have a tight circle of friends or family around you that's going to support you no matter what. And my biggest stress in life is literally this disease. Excuse me. And clearly I don't edit my shows. And I've also had this cough that will never go away. And that's another reason. I just feel like my immune system is really starting to attack itself, and it won't allow me to get better. And the chemo needs to come in and do its job. So I just need to think positively and know that I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. I'm a fighter. I will never, ever give up. And I will never stop talking about this either, because I want to use my voice and be vocal and speak up for the others that aren't at that stage in their life yet, or that are afraid, or for any other reason. I want to be the one that is able to help them if they're not able to help themselves. So I've talked about that a lot on my show. And so going back to hiring a life coach, the time is now. I need one now. I need to focus on myself. I need some major self-love. I need some major positivity and good vibes sent my way, because it's so stressful. And going through all new doctors and making sure records are stressful. And I also need to get my diet in check. So I haven't really been working out like I was in June, because I got so sick and I kind of fell off the wagon. And you always see people posting about this, and it's so annoying. So I'm honestly going to just start posting more of my veggie burger recipes. I'm going to try to go as meat and dairy free as I possibly can throughout the entire month of August, while I do this self-love trifecta coaching with Amy Young Coaching, and prepare myself as much as I possibly can and be as healthy as I possibly can. Right now I'm in the middle of prepping some fruits and veggies, because I really just want to eat as much raw food as I can. I've been eating carbs and dairy and just shit I shouldn't be eating, and it makes everything worse. And I know that, but that's my trigger. And when I'm stressed, I eat, and I really need to stop that. So I'm hoping that I can do that this month. I'm going to be vocal about it on my Facebook page and Instagram. So if you guys feel like joining in, feel free. I'm not a part of any MLM or, Shakeology or Beachbody or any of that. I just like to eat, raw food, healthy. I've done different cleanses. I do have a shake that I use that is a vegan pea protein shake. And I wish I remembered the name, because I pulled off the label like a fool. I need to figure out. I know I got it at CVS. I know I will recognize it when I go back to get it. But protein shakes I'm going to try to do if I'm starving. But I really just want to eat raw food cleanse kind of style, and incorporate my veggie burgers and stuff like that when I am starving and craving something warm. I just feel like my body needs a definite cleanse. I'm definitely going to try and not drink as much as possible. Which could also be hard for me, because when I'm also stressed, I like to enjoy extra wine, and it really doesn't help my body at all. So I'm just going to try to be as healthy as I possibly can to, become a better person just mindfully, personally, like in all different aspects of my life. I just want to become a better, like the best version of myself, let's just say. And so while I'm prepping myself mentally and physically and emotionally for my chemo, there's a lot of other things that I do to do that. And I meditate and I journal and I work out. So I'm definitely going to be posting a lot more of that, because when I post it, it just keeps myself more accountable. Sometimes I join groups, and I would love if you guys wanted to join me. It just helps if you have like a partner in crime to like, keep you accountable. One of my good friends is going to do it with me, and probably a couple others. But like online, it's really fun to have like a bunch of other women and men, if they're interested, to do something like that. And I just hope that this is really going to help me out in the outcome of getting my chemo treatment. I'm not sure when. My appointment is August 6th with my new primary. So it depends on how quickly I can get in with the specialist and how quickly they refer me to the oncologist. And I will be moving around that time. So we'll see how that all works out. Because I'm going to be down and out for a good solid week, I have a feeling. So fingers crossed it's not as bad as the last treatment, because that was the worst out of the 10 I've had. So I'm really praying that does not happen, because it's so scary and annoying, because I really like to work. You know me, the happy workaholic. But one of the things I'm also prepping myself for is my skin, my hair, my nails. I've gotten my gel nails done the last couple of weeks, and I honestly I can't even have them done because it hurts so much. When they take that drill out and they start going to town on your nail beds, it literally feels like somebody has struck a match to my nail bed. It hurts so bad. So I'm going to be taking my nails off. I'm going to be doing more hair masks and face masks, painting my own nails and toes, and just kind of, going back to more self-care. And speaking of which, I've been using a lot of the Mindet products, and I've been using them on and off. I haven't been religiously using them like I should. And my thought process was in the beginning that if I'm losing all of my hair, well, I've lost half my hair, and now a lot's grown back. I'm very lucky to say. But I lost about half my hair with all the chemo treatments I had last year. And I just felt like if I kept losing it, what is the point of using an amazing product? I wanted to save it for a time that would make sense. So now, honestly, I should have started months ago, because my hair has been a little bit better these days. I keep getting it cut so that it's kind of healthier. I just cut off like another 2 or 3 inches. I just colored it, so I finally don't have roots for the first time in like 2 months. But the products I'm using, it's the Intense Recovery System, I believe. I'm going to post all the ones I actually use in my show notes. And then I use the oil. I use the REJUVENIQE Oil, I believe you pronounce it. And this oil is all natural. It's a little bit more expensive than your regular oil, but the reason is because it's all natural and has like a million insane ingredients in it, which you can find out more because I'm going to put everything in the show notes. But this oil is insane for your cuticles. I put it on my heels, my face, your scalp. It's really used for, men can put it on their head. It's like done wonders for my skin. I put it on my chest for sunburns or dark spots. It's taken them away on my face as well. On my cuticles, when I give myself a pedicure, I use a little bit on my heels and my toes. And it's like I have new skin. The stuff is amazing. So I just wanted to say that, speaking of which, today's episode is actually brought to you by my good friend Katie. And Katie is the proud owner of Own Your Pretty Now. And she's actually an ambassador for healthy and natural beauty options, because following her mother's cancer battles, she realized that there was such amazing results with Mindet products. And so she wanted to share her experiences with people and, offer something special. So she started getting involved with Mindet, and that's her business that she has now. So Mindet is actually a naturally based paraben-free hair care line, and it's proven to detoxify your hair and encourage the hair growth. So this is perfect for me because I need that to be happening now before anything else happens in the future. So I want to get a jump start. And it's super amazing and safe for all of our hair types, and it has significant results, and they're all seen in those experiencing postpartum hair loss or hair loss from chemotherapy or even stress. So I'm 2 out of 3 on that. So we'll see how it works for me. I've definitely seen amazing results with the oil, but I really need to use them together to have the best results. So there's actually 3 ways to purchase the products. So if you get in touch with Katie, she can see which option is right for you. But my favorite option is the VIP program, and that actually offers you 15% off, and then it gives you free shipping and a free full-size product with every order. So if you guys connect with Katie at Own Your Pretty, and she actually has an amazing podcast out now called Own Your Pretty Now. So when connecting with Katie, mention this podcast, the Happy Workaholic Podcast, and she is going to give you a free product with your purchase, a bonus free gift. How amazing is that? Katie is sponsoring today's show. Katie is a great friend of mine. I actually started using these products before I met Katie, but she's really given me the 411 and like what you should really do and how you should actually use them correctly. So I'm finally taking the steps to do that, because when you buy a system, doesn't it work correctly when you use them in the order that they've been created? Absolutely. So I am going to take my own advice and listen to Katie and do all of my steps in order so that I can achieve the best results. And Katie, thank you so much for sponsoring today's show. If you guys want any more information on Own Your Pretty as well as the Monat products, I will have all of that info in the show notes. So please get in touch with her. Please ask her anything you want about this line. She is so well versed on these products. It's truly her passion. And I don't know about you guys, but I love working with people that are passionate about what they're doing and what they're selling just as much as I am, because it really hits home. Like, it knows like they love what they do. When they wake up in the morning, they're so excited because they get to do what they love, right? I get to do what I love. And Katie is just one of those other people, and I'm so great and thankful I've met her online, and we've been working together on some projects, but now she is the proud sponsor of today's episode, this very show, episode 87. So I just want you guys to reach out to Katie if you have any questions regarding Monat and the Own Your Pretty business that she's running. I will, again, leave everything in the show notes. But going back to being mindful and preparing for my chemo and just giving myself some more self-love. I am on a mission this month of August. I have a brand new planner. I have a brand new notebook. I've already lined up a ton of appointments. I have Zoom calls for my life coaching. I have lots of doctor's appointments lined up for my health, and I have new clients in my business. So I am a busy bee, and in order to keep track of everything and in order to stay on top, I need to take care of myself first. So this month is getting my SHIT together, eating healthy, eating more raw foods, and just really being, mindful and just paying attention to what I'm doing to myself, because I want to go into this next chemo treatment with a positive mindset. I want to feel good. Right now, I don't feel good. So I really just want to get a jump. I want to be ahead of the game, go in there, get that treatment and move on with my life until December. Or actually, this one would probably be January or February. We'll see what the docs say. So I just wanted to kind of do a little update. The full moon was yesterday. I was absolutely exhausted. I was on 8 back-to-back conference calls with clients, and I already recorded 2 podcasts this week, and my voice was shot, and it still is a little bit, but I wanted to get out. Usually I like to have the shows up every Thursday and announce them Friday. And I did 3 episodes this week. So I did 2 extra. So this is an extra bonus, another bonus episode. So I also want to say that the I Chose This Life series is happening. And you'll be hearing from some of my guests on the show very, very soon, which I cannot wait to announce. And that's it. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to kind of recap like my week, what's been going on, what I'm preparing for, what, I've invested in. myself and as well as my business. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I just bought an amazing tripod lighting system and remote so that my new LinkedIn video series and everything else I'm working on is going to be top notch and look 100 times better. And that was an investment I've been wanting to make for a while, as well as a life coach. So I banged those two out this week. So I'm super pumped up about that. Being on live video is not the best when you're shaky, your hand shaking, and you're working from your iPhone. It just doesn't look as good. So I'm just trying to take it up a notch and, make the best video content that I can for you guys. So that is it. I'm investing in myself so hardcore this month, and you should do the same. So if you have anything that you feel like sharing, go ahead and do so in our podcast Facebook group, the Happy Workaholic Podcast Facebook group. I'd love to hear more from you. Write down 3 things that you are going to try to tackle this month. For me, it's my life coach that I'm doing, eating healthy, and, working on my business and my chemo. That's actually 4. But I'm just trying to take advantage of, everything I have right now, everything I have going on, and just making myself the best person I can possibly be. And that's all I really wanted to share with you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'd love to hear your feedback on the show. I will definitely talk to you guys again soon. Until next time. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. If you liked this episode, please let me know by writing me a review on iTunes for the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I would truly appreciate it. As I always say, sharing is caring. Don't forget, the after show happens after each episode in the Happy Workaholic Podcast Facebook group. And that is where I am every week to answer all of your questions. Now, just so you know, I have been spending so much time over on my Instagram, and I would love to connect with you over there. You can find me at The Happy Workaholic, and don't forget to tag me when listening to your favorite episode so I can showcase you on my Instagram stories. For any other information regarding the Happy Workaholic Network, leverage your LinkedIn and your podcast production, just visit thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you again soon.